Hello again, everyone. I'm glad you were able to access this video so we can talk about the syllabus and expectations for the course. And when I talk about expectations, I'm not only talking about my expectations for you, but what you can expect from me. And what you can expect from me is a responsive instructor. As I've said before, my job is to help you succeed in this course and move beyond this course to be successful in your academic career and ultimately be able to successfully pursue your career goals. So I want to be here to help you succeed in this class and beyond. Any way that I can do that, I'm here to help. That being said, if I'm going to be able to help you succeed and be responsive to you, you need to make sure that you're communicating with me every opportunity that you have. I need to know that you're engaging in the material, you're participating in the class, you're logging into Blackboard, you are completing assignments. And when you have questions about assignments, you're reaching out to me right away to get your questions answered. I don't want you to wait too long to ask your questions and then not be able to get in touch with me in a timely manner and not be able to do as well as you possibly could on each and every assignment. So that's very important. When challenges come up, I understand challenges, family, work commitments, I get it. A lot of things get in the way. Sometimes your courses take a back seat. Don't let that happen. Be upfront with me, reach out right away, communicate with me. And there has not been a problem yet with a student that we haven't been able to overcome if the student really wants to. So if you really want to overcome any challenges you're facing, just reach out. We can make that happen. As I said, I understand challenges. When I went back to school after being away for 15 years, my wife and I had 2 children. By the time I completed my master's, we had our 3rd child. And so the kids are getting older. I'm still in school trying to finish. We understand kids' activities, other commitments get in the way. So please just communicate with me. We'll solve the problem. So like I said, communication is key. Now with that, in addition to communicating with me and just being engaged in the material, I want to talk to you about the resources that are available at Northwest Florida State, and we'll talk about those resources. I'm going to pull up the syllabus now. We can talk through those resources, and also we'll talk about what's required of you from a grading perspective in this course. All right, so here you go. You're in POS 1041, American Government. There's my name. Right at the top there, my email address, keep that handy. You can shoot me off a question at any time. I will typically, unless it's a weekend, respond to you within 24 hours. Office hours are by appointment, so we can make a lot of different days and times work. I will do my best to work around your schedule as well. Any information about the course, videos, assignments, the textbook can all be accessed by the Blackboard class shell. So make sure you can get access to that. If you're watching this video, you have, but if for some reason you're struggling or you're running into some IT issues, let me know and we can try to solve those issues. And then just make note of the final exam. The final exam will be online on Monday, December 13th. So that right at the end of the semester, that gives me a couple days to grade everything and get your final grades in. On your own, you can read the course description, pretty straightforward. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. As we go through the week-by-week breakdown, I'll kind of show you what the units are that we'll be discussing and what topics are covered in each of those units. But we're going to be discussing American government, political ideas, institutions, the media, the political players, and ultimately you, and how you are involved in the political process. Whether you know it or not, you are involved, and how you can be more involved if you'd like to be. Okay? These are the learning outcomes. Again, you can read those, read through the syllabus, but just read a couple here. We want you to demonstrate an understanding of the basic principles and practices of American democracy and how they're applied to our Republican form of government. All right, we're going to be talking about our Republican form of government, our federal system, where there's a lot of government, right? We see government at all levels, local, state, federal levels. How do they all work together? How is our system set up? Why it was set up that way? We're going to assess the changing nature of political parties, party platforms, voting patterns among the American populace, and different methods to measure public opinion. That's important because when we think about public opinion, right, that's you, that's me. What is the public thinking about? Trust me, we're going to talk a lot about this. Elected officials, politicians, they follow this. You might not think politicians respond to public opinion, but they do. And we'll talk about the instances in which that is more the case than at other times. Okay, and then we'll evaluate the three branches of the United States federal government and demonstrate an understanding of the duties of each specific branch and the application of checks and balances, which is very important in our system, and on and on. So you can read those as you have time. I would encourage you to do so, so you can learn what we want you to get out of this class. Okay? Course prerequisite. I would assume if you're in this class, you've met this prereq. If you haven't, let me know. But I'm assuming for the most part, everyone in this class has met that requirement. Course materials. This textbook for this course is completely online and free of charge. It's an open source textbook. It is a good textbook to use for this course, covers a lot of ground very succinctly, makes things very clear, whether you're kind of a political science junkie like myself or not, or politics and government isn't of much interest to you. It is a great resource, a lot of great information, but it doesn't get too wonky, too in the weeds, right? For this particular course, an intro course, lays the groundwork very nicely. So you can access that. You can access it online. You can also download it into a PDF. So I would encourage you to do that because sometimes if you can't get access, you have trouble with your internet, at least you'd have access to the PDF version. Right? Then you continue reading the college's student success statement, the diversity and inclusion statement. That's very important, right? We want everyone to succeed. It does not matter to us, what brought you to Northwest Florida State College, where you were at before then, right? Your race, religion, it does not matter. We want you to succeed, and we will do everything in our power to do that, right? If you need any accommodations, look under this heading on the syllabus. There's email address and phone number. Just reach out if you have any questions about any accommodations you might need, disabilities, please. I don't ask questions. It's all handled by this office. Everything's confidential within that office. They'll communicate anything to me that I need to know, but for the most part, it's whatever the accommodation resource office conveys to me, I honor that. That's important. So then you have the Bay Care Confidential Hotline, providing any help, mental health resources, counseling, anything you might need, a variety of resources. COVID precautions. I know we are meeting online, so it's really not an issue, but some of you or all of you might be attending in-person classes as well. It's important to just remember these guidelines. That way you're familiar with them and there's no surprises on your end. And there's a link there for more information on the nwfc.edu website. All right, class attendance. Now we're starting to get into the meat and potatoes of this class specifically. Class attendance, right? So I'm going to base attendance, because this is a purely online class, I'm going to base attendance on your completion of the course introductory activity, which we'll talk a little bit about, and I'll actually post another video where we can talk specifically through that. And then your chapter 1 quiz, all right? So your course introductory activity and chapter 1 quiz. That's how I'm going to know you're engaged in this course. That's how I'm going to know that you want to be in this course, because if I don't see that you've completed these assignments, I'm going to have to drop you from the course, and nobody wants that. Again, we want you to be successful. We want you to complete this course. So please complete the course introduction activity and the chapter 1 quiz, at least initially. That way we know that you're engaged in the class and you can stay enrolled. Attendance confirmation, like I said, that's how we're going to do that up here. So the class attendance, I'll confirm your attendance upon completion of those activities. I'll report that to the college so that you stay enrolled in the course. So classroom conduct, right? So why are we talking about classroom conduct? This is an online course. It's important because we're going to be engaging with each other in online discussion forums. So if you're in an online discussion forum, that's our classroom. That's our virtual classroom. We're engaging with each other. We want you to engage in a respectful but thoughtful way. That doesn't mean we don't challenge each other. That doesn't mean that we don't disagree. That just means we're respectful about it. And actually, I encourage everyone to challenge each other, someone that you don't agree with. Disagreement is okay. Disagreement, we shouldn't shy away from disagreeing with others. I know it can be uncomfortable, especially in today's political climate, but that's okay, right? No one's going to get mad at you. I'm not going to get mad at you. I think it's healthy to get a wide variety of viewpoints and challenge each other. That's very helpful, especially in a academic setting. Okay? All right, so grading scheme and procedures. This is the breakdown of how your grade comes about. Again, I'm going to post another video about the course introduction assignment, but this assignment is 10% of your grade, or 100 points. There's 1,000 points possible to earn in this class. The course introduction assignment is 10%. So this is important for your classmates and for me to get to know you, okay, and what's important to you as it relates to this course and politics and government in general. So you're going to, the purpose of this assignment, like I said, an introduction to your classmates, but I also want you to critically analyze how public policy impacts you personally and professionally. So in the assignment, you're going to talk about yourself. Let us know about you, where you're from, what you're studying, how far along you are into your academic career, what are your career goals, and any other personal information you want to share. Let us get to know you, right? When we engage in online discussions in an online class, sometimes we can feel distant from each other. This helps with that. Tell us about you. Let us learn about you. Let us find some common ground because that helps us feel comfortable engaging in online discussions. Then you're going to identify a federal, state, or local law that impacts your family and talk a little bit about that. Whether you agree with the law, how you would change it, how that change would benefit you and your family, your community. And then you're going to identify a law that impacts your chosen profession. And you're going to talk about how that law could be changed to improve the effectiveness of your industry. So whether that be in your current profession, your current field, or your planned profession, either one. Okay? This assignment, that might seem daunting. And like I said, I'll post another video to talk about this more in detail. This might sound daunting, but you don't have to get too crazy with this assignment. It shouldn't be any more than 2 to 3 double-spaced pages, and sources should be properly cited. So not a long assignment. It's like I said, it's just something to help us learn about you, what's important to you, and it ties it back to the political and governmental arena as we identify policy that impacts us. You're going to have class quizzes most weeks based on the reading. So you'll complete the reading, and then by the Tuesday of the week, we're going to be covering the material. You just have to complete an online quiz through Facebook, usually about 8 to 10 questions. You can take the quiz as many times as you want. I take the best grade. So I really consider those free points. Really, that's really what they are. You can take the quizzes as many times as you can until you get all the points, read the material. And the purpose here is I want you to be prepared as you listen to the lectures, as you complete assignments. I want to encourage you to read the course material, read the chapter so that you have a good understanding the material when you listen to the lectures, and again, complete future assignments. If you have any questions about these quizzes, let me know. I said, so you'll have chapter 1 quiz. It'll be due by 11:59 p.m. this Tuesday. So you'll have time to read the first chapter, answer the questions. I will have by tomorrow, Thursday, the 19th, that quiz will be posted. So you can start working on that quiz as soon as tomorrow. Then you're going to have online discussion posts and responses. You're going to have 4 of those throughout the semester, 20 points apiece. There's going to be two components. You're going to have an initial primary response to a question that I post. You'll have 72 hours once I post that to respond to the prompt. And after 72 hours, you'll have 48 hours to respond to at least one of your classmates' posts. Okay? One of the goals is this exercise is to encourage students to share political ideas outside of the traditional classroom setting, while we also want to help you develop your critical thinking and communication skills. So you can earn 10 points for each of those responses. So 10 points for an initial response to my question, and then up to 10 points for your classmate. So when you respond to a classmate, you can earn up to an additional 10 points. Each post needs to be no less than 300 words, so 600 words total. So 300 for the first post, 300 for the second post. Easy as can be. 300 words is nothing. I see students complete that without even thinking about it, right? So we don't want you to continue to kind of go on to, 800,000, 1,200 words, right? You should be in the 300 word ballpark. We want you to focus on making your argument succinctly. Okay? All right, then you're going to have apply your knowledge assignments. And that's going to be 150 points of your grade, or 15%. There's going to be 3 of these assignments. I'll distribute them in weeks 3, 8, and 14, and your responses. So they'll go out on the Wednesday and that following Saturday. So essentially 10 or 11 days later, the following week on that Saturday, you'll have to submit it through Blackboard. And when the first one goes out, I'll complete another video and to kind of walk you through what my expectations are there. But you can read through a little bit about the expectations there. All right, then you're going to have a civil liberties political cartoon assignment. It's worth 7% of your grade. Really, I want you to identify a political cartoon that deals with civil liberties. And this assignment is due after we cover the civil liberties chapter purposely, so you can get a good understanding of what civil liberties are. And I want you to find a cartoon, talk about that cartoon, and again, I'll lay out the components of that assignment, but you can read through the basics in the syllabus here. All right, then you're going to have 3 exams worth 500 points total. Your first exam will be worth 100 points, and your next 2 exams will be worth 200 points each. So your first exam, so for each unit, I talked about 3 units in the course. Each exam will cover 1 unit of the course. The third exam will be your final exam. So you won't have a final exam in addition to these exams. Your third exam is the final exam, and I'll show you again how those units break out. Here's some good information for you to read, the writing requirements, what I'm expecting from you. All your submissions outside the discussion post should be Word document or PDF in 12-point font, Times New Roman, double spaced, 1-inch margins on all 4 sides. You should be completed in APA or MLA format. And then I have reference guides for those formats below, links there to help you if you struggle with formatting. The one thing I do ask is if you're going to do MLA, stick to MLA. If you're going to do APA, stick to APA. Do not fluctuate throughout your assignments. All right, if you have any questions about formatting, like I said, read those guides. And then if you still have questions, let me know. All right, late assignment policy. I understand things happen. We talked a little bit about that. I get it. If the sooner you let me know something's going on, the better, right? Funeral, hospitalization, car accident, I get it. Things happen, emergencies happen, let me know. With proper documentation, we can reschedule assignments, reschedule exams, right? Those things we can figure out. If you don't notify me, and you can't provide proof of anything, and it's maybe several weeks later and you say, oh yeah, I missed this because of something, right? There's not really a lot I can do. We talked about communication. Communication is key. Let me know as soon as things are happening. I know that emergencies don't always allow you to notify me ahead of time. I get that. That's why they're called emergencies. But let me know as soon as you can after, right? And that way we can problem solve and reschedule anything we need to reschedule. Okay? All right, extra credit. From time to time, it is rare, but from time to time, I offer extra credit. I would not count on it, but in the case that I do offer it, I will offer it to everybody. Everyone will have an opportunity. Please remember this. I will not offer individual extra credit to raise your grade for the course. Please do not come to me and say, I'm so many points away, please help me out. I can't do that, right? I have to treat all students the same. Any opportunity I give to one student, I have to give to others. And I only create extra credit if there's a unique opportunity for everyone to benefit based on course content. All right, changes to the syllabus. If anything comes up and I need to modify the syllabus, I will let you know. You will be notified of any changes. I tell you, in the rare circumstances I have to amend a syllabus, it usually works in the student's favor. And what I mean by that is if I have to delay an assignment, if I change the syllabus, it usually makes the due dates later to give you more time to work on an assignment. Or sometimes I've eliminated an assignment altogether based on time, the time I think students need to complete all the rest of the assignments in the course. So there's a variety of circumstances in which that has happened in the past. It's rare, but it has happened. And like I said, you will be notified, and it usually works in your favor as a student. All right, plagiarism. Take the time to read this section of the syllabus carefully. If I discover that you've plagiarized, you will receive a 0% on that assignment. If I detect that you've plagiarized a second time, you will get an F in this course, right? I don't expect any of you to do that, but just be aware of it, right? Sometimes it's easy to plagiarize when we're not being not careful in how we're completing our work, if we're not citing properly, right? Sometimes we don't take the time to cite, and we don't purposely mean to pass off ideas as our own, but we can do so by mistake. Please take the time. If you're going to use somebody else's work, cite it properly, give them credit. Don't pass off ideas as your own, right? That's theft. And you'll get a 0% on that assignment, or worse if it happens more than once. Okay. All right, the grading breakdown, here it is, right? We've kind of talked through that, but I wanted to break it out so it's nice and clear. You have the introductory assignment, the class quizzes, online discussion posts, the civil liberties political cartoon, apply knowledge assignments, exams 1, 2, and 3, all add up to 1,000 points. So you can in the grade book, as we move along, you can look at all your grades, right? You can see, all right, I have 400, 500, 600, 800 points out of 1,000, right? And as you complete more assignments, that number will go up. So at the end of the course, you'll have you'll have some number of points out of 1,000. Simple percentage calculation, and the grade book does that for you anyway. And you can figure out your grade. And then there's a simple grading scale. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69 is a D, and then 59% and below is an F. Pretty straightforward. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Incomplete grades. If you're struggling at the end of the semester, incomplete grades, if you're seeking an incomplete, those are given out at my discretion. A lot of that depends on the circumstances and how much more you have to complete in the class. Typically, if you haven't engaged in the class and you've just struggled the whole semester, incompletes are hard to give. But if something comes up at the end of the semester and you just need a little bit more time to complete something, right? That's a conversation we can have. So we can cross that bridge when we come to it. If we come to it, hopefully it won't be a need for that, but just like I said, if that comes up, just talk to me about that. Makeup work, not offered in this class, right? Assignment due dates are assignment due dates. You have plenty of time to complete things. I don't give out assignments and give due dates. I take everything into consideration. I feel that I give you plenty of time to complete those tasks. Again, emergency situations aside, in the normal course of the semester, you should have plenty of time to complete all of the assignments. All right, instructor communication, email. Keep my email handy, right? Monday through Thursday, I'll respond within 24 hours. After that, after 4:30 on Friday, don't expect a response till Monday. That's important when you have assignments, coming due, right? If you have a Saturday assignment due and you've had a week and a half to work on it, and it's 5 o'clock on a Friday, and you say, "Oh, I just started this assignment. I have a question." You're not going to get a response from me. Okay, so just make sure you get that assignment completed. That way, or that you have your questions answered. You look at the assignment ahead of time, get your questions answered. That way, regardless of when you start the assignment, you've already talked to me about all your questions. All right, when you send an email, just follow the protocol in the syllabus. Send an email from your college email address, your NWFC, FSC email address. In the subject line, provide the class title and the class number so that I know. Just make sure you address it properly so that I know, right? We're talking about respect, and this is a good skill to have just in general, proper formatting for an email. So don't use jargon. It's not a text message. Make it clear, concise, get to your point, and do it respectfully. Okay, pretty straightforward. Information about Blackboard is here. If you need any special technology, have questions about the technology, there's links here to help you answer any of those questions. And then you have academic integrity tools down here that you should be aware of as you submit assignments. I will use primarily SafeAssign, but other software to identify plagiarism. And so be sure to know that that is checked. And if there's questions about plagiarism, that will be brought to your attention. If you have any problems accessing any of the components of this class, videos, Blackboard, like I said, contact IT, let me know. All these videos are being uploaded to YouTube. Should be able to access these videos anywhere, at home, on the go, whatever the case might be. If you have problems with that, please let me know. And then emergency college closures, information there. And then, like I said, some other college policies that you should be aware of. Now, here's a very important thing, and this will be the last thing we cover, and then I will let you go. Make note of this. I would suggest printing these pages out, the assignment schedule and the course calendar. This breaks down the week of the semester, the topic, and the reading and assignments that are due. You can see here, Unit 1, the Foundations of American Government and Politics. Week 1, we are starting week 1. Okay, we've started week 1 today. All right, we're doing the course overview now. Tomorrow, I will post the introductory assignment overview. And then for this week, from now until next Tuesday, you need to read American Government Chapter 1 and complete the Chapter 1 quiz by Tuesday the 24th, August 24th. And then I will post a video on Wednesday covering Chapter 1. And that's how we'll move through the course. You can see this Chapter 2, same thing, right? You have the introductory assignment overview, and then the following Saturday, the introductory assignment is due by August 28th. And week by week, we go down. I will send email reminders about what is due, what is due when the assignment, when the assignments are posted. That way you have as much time as possible to ask your questions. Then you have Unit 2, the Politics and Governance in America. Same thing, continues all the way down until we hit the third unit. Unit 3, the Institutions of American Government, continuing to scroll down, right, all the way through the week 17, your final exam week. That will be available on Blackboard all day that day. All your exams will be taken through Blackboard. You'll see how that's set up after your first or during your first exam. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Like I said, there's some additional campus resources below there that you can read on your own with information about other resources. But again, I want to tell you that I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. And thank you for taking the time to read the syllabus. It's important to your success in this course. I don't want you to fall behind. I don't want you to be surprised. I said, follow that calendar, know the expectations in this course, know what you can expect from me, and reach out to me anytime. All right, have a great day. We'll talk soon.